Hello, and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some major breaking news coming out here for you guys. We've got reports that U.S. President Joe Biden secretly gave Ukraine permission to strike Russia. This came very quick, and I was not expecting this to happen so fast. But that shows how quickly the situation is deteriorating in the Kharkiv region for Ukraine. And obviously, Ukraine's been calling for the United States to back them on this and allow them to strike inside Russian territory. We knew this was coming. There was lots of support following behind this. So, yeah, Joe Biden giving him permission. So they're going to be able to strike inside of Russian territory near the city of Kharkiv. That's an area that's currently being hit hard right now. And Kharkiv is a major city to Ukraine. Well over 1 million people that live there, and they've been under attack for several weeks now, ever since Russia started targeting this area. But they've been under attack as well throughout the duration of this war for the last couple years. So they are going to be allowed to strike Russian territory in that region, not anywhere else as far as I understand. But also they are not allowing long-range strikes inside of Russia. So Ukraine can still not strike deep inside of Russian territory. Let's say they want to launch ATACMS, over towards Moscow or something like that, or some other military bases in Russia. They're not really going to be able to do that. It's mainly just to prevent the onslaught of Russian troops trying to storm over the border in the Kharkiv region. They're trying to prevent this war from expanding in that area, and that's what we're talking about today. So I've got a report here that literally just broke today on Politico. Biden secretly gave Ukraine permission to strike inside Russia with U.S. weapons. It's a major reversal that will help Ukraine to better defend its second largest city. So obviously they're talking about Kharkiv here. That's the second largest city in Ukraine. Biden administration has quietly given Ukraine permission to strike inside Russia solely near the area of Kharkiv using U.S. provided weapons. 2 U.S. officials and 2 other people familiar with the move said Thursday, a major reversal that will help Ukraine to better defend its second largest city. The president recently directed his team to ensure that Ukraine is able to use U.S. weapons for counter-fire purposes in Kharkiv, so Ukraine can hit back at Russian forces hitting them or preparing to hit them, a U.S. official said, adding that the policy of not allowing long-range strikes inside Russia has not changed. So again, they cannot strike long-range inside of Russia, but they are going to be able to hit back, it says here, at Russian forces preparing, hitting them or preparing to hit them in the Kharkiv region. Okay, so it says in Kharkiv. Counter-fire purposes in Kharkiv, so it's going to be in that area. Ukraine asked the U.S. to make this policy change only after Russia's offensive on Kharkiv began this month, the official added. All the people were granted anonymity to discuss internal decisions that haven't been announced. In the last few days, the U.S. made the decision to allow Ukraine flexibility to defend itself from attacks on the border near Kharkiv, the second U.S. official said. In effect, Ukraine can now use American-provided weapons such as rockets and rocket launchers to shoot down launched Russian missiles heading towards Kharkiv at troops massing just over the border, the Russian border near the city, or Russian bombers launching bombs toward Ukrainian territory, but the official said Ukraine cannot use those weapons to hit civilian infrastructure or launch long-range missiles such as the Army Tactical Missile System, I believe that's the ATACMS, to hit military targets deep inside Russia. So they cannot go after military targets in Russia, but they can use them to defend themselves. If bombers start coming towards the border, they can shoot them down. If troops are trying to come over the border, they can attack them. So any obvious attack style equipment or troops or anything like that, if anything's preparing to come into the country, they have permission to strike these targets. I think that's what the main permission here that's been granted to Ukraine. But still, this is huge because these strikes are going to be inside of Russian territory, and Russia's not going to be okay with this at all. It's a stunning shift that the administration initially said would escalate the war by more directly involving the U.S. in the fight, but worsening conditions for Ukraine on the battlefield, namely Russia's advances and improved position in Kharkiv, led the president to change his mind. National Security Council did not immediately respond to requests for comment. That's going to be it for this article here, but wow, guys, this is very scary. Russia has warned about this many times, that they will not be okay with strikes on their territory. They've even said that this was a nuclear red line. Is Joe Biden sending us to nuclear war? What is going on here? Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Ukraine should not be able to strike inside Russian territory. I think they should be able to defend themselves, and if that means striking in their territory to prevent these incursions into their country, I totally understand that. The main thing that I'm really concerned with, and I've said this many times, is the nuclear war aspect to this. That Russia's come out just so many times. I report this almost on a daily now that Russia will come out and make some sort of nuclear threat towards NATO or Western nations, and telling them that they're getting far too involved in this war. And this thing is just getting wildly out of control. And we're going to have to see, will Russia allow this? Will they stand aside, even though this is technically like a red line to them? Will they step aside and allow these strikes in their territory? Or will they respond? And if they respond, will it be nuclear? What will it be? What kind of response are we going to see? Are we going to see a declaration of war on NATO? There's just so many scenarios that can come from this. And I really hope we're not going to see major escalation here soon. I've been saying this for a long time now, that we're going to see a major change in this war, major inflection point. Something is going to shift, and shift dramatically. And I don't think it's going to be for the better, but that's my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think down below. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. Are you prepared for this? If something crazy goes down here, if there's some sort of nuclear conflict, or major escalation, or some sort of declaration of war on NATO, let me know what you're thinking, what you're planning, what are your moves here in case something goes south. But definitely, this is very scary, very dangerous situation. So I wanted to share this with you. This is an urgent update as of May 30th, 2024. Again, it's currently 1:48 p.m. My time, Pacific time in the United States at the time that I'm finishing up this video. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all being here today. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care, and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.